Yes.
And we need to get to EC2 user before we can get to root.
They are two different users. They are not connected. So what's the meaning of root? Somebody should help us.
It's the administrator.
The administrator. So you cannot be working as Ayodele and working as administrator at the same time. So which one do you want to be? So even as you are working as Ayodele, like we are going to create an account for you later so that you can use the account Ayodele, there are things you will not be able to do with the username Ayodele. In that case, you need to invoke the power of the root user. How do you invoke the power? Okay, so back to class now. So the next thing we want to do now is I've introduced the sudo. Now, let me show you one more thing. Who is the user here? EC2. Now, who is the owner of this file and the owner of this directory? Root. So the fact that root user, the administrator, owns this directory means that you cannot do anything in this directory unless you are root. Ordinary EC2 user cannot do anything here. You see the reason why we couldn't access anything? Nothing. But here, ls minus la. Let's go to, let's not go anywhere. Now, the command to change my user. Maybe I'm the administrator and I come to your system and there are so many things I want to do, but I need to do them as administrator. One way to do it is to say sudo, then the command, right? Another way to do it is to shift from being EC2 user to being administrator. The way to do is to say sudo su. What does the command do? Look, the command sudo su has moved me from being an EC2 user to being a root user. This is too powerful. This is dangerous. This power. I can do all things now as a root user. I can destroy the system. And you also notice that the command prompt has changed from $sign to $sign. Can you see that?
Why?
Because I have changed from being an EC2 user to being a root user with this command sudo su. If you are working an EC2 user, it is possible for you to change from being an ordinary user, EC2 user, to the very powerful user, root user, using the command sudo su.
Sudo su, okay.
It will shift you from being an EC2 user with limited power to being a root user with overwhelming power, destructive power. And the way to know that is that part of the signs is that your prompt here will change from $sign to $sign. All right.
Okay.
So sudo su is a command. What does it do? It changes the current user from EC2 user to root user. So there are, like you'll find out later, to root user.
Okay.
So the user that is working now on this system now is an EC2 user. For example, you are the new employee of this company and you have an assignment to do and you are working and then you are stuck somewhere, something you are not able to do. And you call me in as the administrator to help you rectify that problem. It is likely that I want to do sudo su to come into my position as administrator so that I'm able to do all things to help you solve your problem. And then once I'm done, I can say...
Go back to EC2 user.
Yes. To go back to EC2 user, the command is switch user, su, EC2 user. So you see, I've gone back from root to EC2 user. And the sign has changed from $sign to $sign. So when you come in to exercise your authority as the Oga Patapata, I changed to, because like you will see later, there are things that only root can do. No other person. So when I want to invoke that power and do that only root can do, then I have to change to root. Yes, sudo su is the command. All right. So who else is here? All right. So do we now see the place of so how many users do you know now can use this machine? How many users? 2 users. EC2 user and root user. Can you alternate between being an EC2 user and being a root user?
Yes.
Okay, so let us do something today. Where are we? We are working. Who can interpret this? Who is working right now?
EC2 user.
Where is the EC2 user working from? Who is working right now? EC2 user. Correct. It's not working as the root. It's working from the root directory. So who is logged in right now? Who's working?
The admin.
EC2 user.
EC2 user. And where is EC2 user working from?
From root.
From the root directory.
From the root direct.
Correct. Now, is it okay for EC2 user to attempt to say nanokazim.com whatever? Is that okay? Would that work?
I think it should work. It should be okay.
All right. So who else? Contribution. Yes, who else is here? We have 9 people in class. Hello, Paul. Is everybody busy?
Yes, it will work.
Okay. So who else? People have said this is fine. It's okay to do this. It will work. Who else thinks otherwise? Coco, what do you think?
It should work, but you won't be able to save it when you're done
No.
editing the file.
In other words, it will not work. Why would it not work, Paul?
Because of your current, because you're EC2 user and you're in the root directory.
Yes. So who does not understand that? I've explained that many times. I'm sorry.
Do we run it?
I've said the only place that EC2 user can operate from, that he has permissions to operate from, is his own directory. You cannot be EC2 user and expect to work from root. It will not work.
Can we run it, sir?
Okay, we'll run it now. You'll see what Paul meant. All right. So we are here now. Now let's do something. Now let us save. Control O to save. How do I know it's Control O? Look at it. Control O. Should I save? Yes. It tells you error. This is what Paul said. Permission denied. It will not work because as EC2 user, you do not have permission to work from the root directory. So it's not work. So let's exit anyway. So did you see that now?
Okay.
Okay. Now that we have seen that it's not working, what is the way to make this work now? What should we do?
We can add sudo nano kazim.grg.
Correct. So we'll just put sudo at the beginning. It will now work. Fine. That's just what I wanted you to. You need to understand that. And then once you understand that, we are good for the day. Who does not understand what we just did?
Yeah, it is. But sir, if like the command that we run right now, that we run nano kazim and the thing doesn't allow, how do we get out of there?
You just exit now. If it does not save, it does not mean that you are locked. You just exit. It means you exit without saving. Control X to exit from nano. Or if it was VI, escape :Q without the W. Don't say save. So escape : let's do it. So VI. So your question is we have typed, right? Escape : QW bang. It's saying error. So your question is, now that you are in error, how do you get out? Is that your question?
No, that's not my question.
No.
Okay,
When
what's
we
your
tried
question?
to run nano and we were unable to get through it, not until we added sudo. So it took me to save modifiable for no.
So escape :
Yeah,
V here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Then enter.
Yeah. What's the question?
Yeah, I was trying to get out of here.
Look at how to get out. Control X. That's the simplest thing.
I did.
Control X. Do you want to save? No. That's done.
Oh,
All right, so-
yes or no? I said no.
All right. So do we understand the concept that as EC2 user, you can only work in EC2, not anywhere else? To be able to work anywhere else, then you have to invoke sudo command. Do you understand that? Everybody understand that? All right. So let me test to see if you who can tell me what direction are we operating from now?